As human beings, the ability to hear and speak in many different dimensions of our lives is important. The gospel story focuses on the physical dimension, when Jesus exclaimed, "Ephphatha, be opened," and the individual's ears and tongue were made whole. This morning, I want to consider this scripture from a little different perspective. We will look at how we're called to hear and speak with greater openness in the intellectual, emotional, and spiritual dimensions of life, and the importance of community in developing this openness. To hear and speak with greater openness, I believe two things are essential. First, it's important that we engage in contemplative prayer on a regular basis in order to hear what is within our mind and heart and discern what the Spirit is calling us to say. We need to be still and draw from our inner wisdom. Second is community. The gospel tells us that some people brought the individual to Jesus for healing. We too need others to help us learn and give us context for our. This could be a community such as our Mary Magdalene community, or it could be family, friends, neighbors, professional groups, or people with similar and different ideas. Contemplative prayer and community connections are key to hearing and speaking with clarity. Here are a couple of examples. The first is a story from a recent issue of Stowe magazine. It highlights Denise Marcoux, a registered nurse at Copley Hospital for 50 years. Copley is a small community hospital in Morrisville, a town of about 7,000 people in northern Vermont. Shout out to you there, Pat. Denise's interest in the medical field dates back to her childhood. When the doctor came to visit her grandparents, she would help steady their arms for blood pressure checks and hold the stethoscope. After working as a nurse's aide throughout high school, she continued to listen to her mind and heart as she studied nursing at the University of Vermont and then began her career at Copley. Throughout her 50-year career, Denise Marcoux stayed true to her inner voice. She believed in the personalized care that a small community hospital offers, so she never ventured to a larger one. Her people skills reflected this as she reached out to all age groups by listening to their needs and responding through words and actions to meet them. For example, she invited kids who were stressed out coming in for pre-op to come into her office, dress up in her outfits, and play with her stethoscope. She went on to say that adults coming into the hospital, especially for pre-op, are often at their worst, and told the nurses that she mentored, don't ever judge them, because you don't know really who they are. If you give them the benefit of the doubt, they will prove to you, they're a lot better than you think they are. Denise Marcoux was open to hearing God's voice when she was young, and she continued to listen to the voice of love throughout her career. She spoke and acted in ways that brought healing to patients at many levels of their being, and openly shared her wisdom and experience with colleagues. This past year, Denise retired, and the words she shared at her retirement celebration reflect the importance of community to her and connect with this morning's gospel. She said, "I always wanted to take care of the people in my community and give back to my community." Let us each ask ourselves, how is God calling me in my life circumstances to be open to hearing, speaking, and acting in ways that bring healing to others? The second example connects with openness to wonder. Although there are many experiences in nature and in other parts of creation that can generate wonder, I would like to focus on the mystery of new life. Last week, we felt the immense joy at seeing the ultrasound pictures of our son Shane and daughter-in-law Kirsty's twin babies at 20 weeks. We were in awe at how clearly we could see one baby's face and hands, while the other one showed off their bulging arm muscles. I mean, the guns were like this, Eric. It was great. The wonder of modern technology gave us a window into this amazing new life in a way we would never have seen. As I contemplated the wonderful photos, I felt a spiritual and emotional intimacy with our God of life in a way I hadn't before. I couldn't help but hear God say, "Ephata, be opened." It was a powerful call to listen and speak to the mystery of life and the wonder of those lives growing inside Kirsty's womb. Sharing pictures with some of our faith community members and a few friends really brought the sense of wonder home to me. Perhaps each of us may ask ourselves, what wonder or mystery am I being called to reflect upon and speak about to others? Whether journeying on a career path, transitioning into a new life chapter, or finding wonder in unexpected places, God is there, helping us to open our minds and hearts when it's difficult to hear the deeper message or speak that prophetic word. Take a moment this week to ponder with God the places where you are being challenged to hear, speak, and act in deeper ways. Ephata, be opened and enjoy your journey with God.